What's going on, guys? This is a quick vid on three variations of the CZ75 slash Tangfoglio. And so, first off, I'm going to start off with my tried and trusted SAR K2 45 ACP. And it is, as you can see, it's made in Turkey, chambered in 45. Has the hard safety check that. As you can see, the chamber is empty, nothing in the magazine. And this has been a really excellent handgun for me. I don't shoot it quite as much as my 9mm versions of the 75s, only because the ammo cost is significantly more. It's about double. I'm paying around $20 a box for some 45 ACP, and obviously the 9mm is at around like $10 a box or so. At least that's what I buy it at. And so here you got some 3-dot sights. They are adjustable for elevation and windage in the rear. And overall, this is just a really good clone of pretty much a CZ97. I don't really see any other 45 CZ style guns out there besides really this one. And so this is a really good handgun. At first I was kind of skeptical about it, but in the end, this gun is a phenomenal shooter. I love the hard chrome barrel that they put in here. And you see the little round indicator hole right there. But this is pretty much, to me, a match grade barrel. Like, it shoots phenomenal. I mean, if you really work at it, you could easily shoot one hole at, about 15 yards with this handgun. And so it's always been a favorite of mine to take out and shoot when I've got, a little bit of extra 45 on hand. So there's my big dog version of the CZ 75 design. And by the way, it takes the Mekgar made 14 round magazines, which the bodies of these are the same as the Para Ordnance P14, except it has a different follower, so it won't lock out the slide. So if you're ever down on mags, try to look up some Para Ordnance mags, and they should work in your gun. Just know they're not going to lock out the slide, but you can still get some functional mags for your gun. So there's your CZ or your SAR K2. The next, we're going to go into the other clone, which is my TriStar P100. And so I bought this at the end of last year, and I ain't gonna lie, it's giving me a couple of issues. For one, actually, let me go ahead and safety check that. I did notice this thing. When the safety is on, you cannot actuate the slide. But on the SAR K2, with the safety on, you can manipulate the slide. Interesting. Now back to the P100. This gun was shooting great for me. I mean, just lights out, double tapping. It was a great handgun, and then it just absolutely failed miserably. And basically, I don't know if you can see that too well, but this bushing right here, it shot out of the gun after about 500 to 600 rounds. And I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. I was like, dude, why is this gun jamming? It's stovepiping. The slide's not going back in the battery. And then so I just stuck it in my range bag, and I was like, you know what, I'll deal with this problem tomorrow. So I just threw it in my range bag, and then, I shot some other stuff. Came home, put it away, and then the very next morning I was like, let me go take a look at that P100 and see what the hell was going on with it. And sure shit, I'd shot my barrel bushing out of the gun, which is just crazy. I've never even heard of somebody shooting their barrel bushing out, but I did. I ended up having to contact TriStar, which is in Kansas City, Missouri. And I told them my issue. They told us, ship us the gun and we'll fix it. So I went ahead and I shipped it, which cost me $62 freaking, which that sucked. But they got it back to me in 30 days. So I was quite pleased with that. I've taken it out about 3 times since it's come back, and it seems to be working pretty flawlessly. Still kind of wishy-washy on it, if I want to keep it or sell it. Only because, I just generally do not keep a gun that once it's malfunctioned like that, I'm just usually like, forget that gun, I'll sell it and move it down the road and get something else. But so far, I've kept it. It's been shooting great. It's basically the compact version of the CZ75. As a rail, you see I've got a little tactical light on here, a Streamlight TLR3. It takes these magazines, which are, there it is, 15 round magazines, but they will also take the 16 round CZ75 mags. Lockout functions perfectly, so that's nice that I have an extra stock of CZ70. Pretty much all my CZ75 mags work in this P100, and it is made in Turkey. It has pretty much a what do you call it? A Cerakote finish on it, which seems pretty good. It's just standard 3-dot sights that are non-adjustable, hard safety setup on the left side of the gun, like the rest of the CZ75s. And yeah, so far, I like it. I'm not ready to sell it just yet, but I like to keep it around as, kind of a home defense gun. That's why the light's on there. And so I'm just keeping it around, and I still like shooting it, just flat out. Then obviously here we have just a standard CZ75B with the Omega trigger. Obviously the hard safety. The slide can be actuated. As you see, the chamber is empty. You can actuate the slide with the safety on, which is, I kind of like that feature. And to me, this has the best ergonomic grip of all three. Like, it just literally feels the best. The 45 is not bad either. It feels really good. It's just a little bit thicker. I mean, it's a great. Then you have the grip on this. I felt like this one is as easily as thick as this 45. You can see the grip panels, how they bow out like that. It makes it very hand feeling. And they're all pretty close, but in all reality, the standard CZ75 grip is, to me, the best of all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and weigh these up with a magazine in each, just to get a good feel for the weight. And I'm going to go ahead and take off this light rail, which I got on there pretty stinking tight. Ooh, boy, I got that on there really tight. All right, well, I'm just going to weigh it with the freaking light on it, because I got that thing cranked all the way down. And so, first off, we're going to weigh the 45 caliber handgun. So there's my trusty scale, which I like wearing all my ARs on, just to keep them lightweight. So there's your standard CZ75, coming in at 2 pounds, 2.8 ounces, with a magazine in it. Clear that off. The 45 ACP variant, 2 pounds, 8.4 ounces. And the compact, 2 pounds, 8 ounces. So this little compact weighs as much as this 45 with the addition of a light. That light probably weighs about 4 to 5 ounces. So, give or take. Basically, they're all within a handful of ounces of each other. So, if you're worried about the weight, don't, because they're all going to be within, 2 to 3 ounces of each other, realistically. But that's just a quick look at all three of my variants of the CZ75. I've had some others, including the P09 and the P07. And I ended up having just to sell those because I don't know what it was about them, but nothing beats, to me, a steel or aluminum framed handgun. And they just feel better when you're shooting them. So I ended up selling both of those polymer CZs, and I went back to the steel framed variants. But other than that, you guys take it easy. Enjoy your time out there. Stay safe shooting. Peace.